Most people believe that after 55, cold feet, heavy legs, and that uncomfortable tingling sensation are just a normal part of getting older. But what if I told you that one simple movement, something you can do right now, sitting exactly where you are, might actually help improve circulation in your legs, and almost no one talks about it? The surprising part? This has nothing to do with complicated exercises, expensive equipment, or even standing up. It's something so gentle, so straightforward, that many seniors wonder why their doctor never mentioned it. Stay with me, because near the end, I'll reveal the exact technique that helps support healthy blood flow in your legs. Even if you're 65, 75, or beyond, and even if you haven't exercised in years. Before we go any further, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Maybe you're in California, watching this in the morning with your coffee. Or perhaps you're in the UK, winding down your evening. Or maybe you're from Australia or Canada, somewhere in between. And if you'd like, you can also share your age. It's truly amazing to see seniors from all over the world learning together and supporting each other. Just drop a quick comment below. It really does help me understand who I'm speaking with, and it helps other viewers feel connected too. Thank you for sharing. It's wonderful to connect with all of you. Now, let's dive into what's really happening inside your legs as you age, and why the common advice about circulation often misses the most important part. In the next 20 minutes or so, you'll discover one daily habit that quietly affects leg circulation after 55, and it's not what you think. A simple movement that supports blood flow without straining your knees or back. What most seniors misunderstand about circulation and aging. Why some people feel heaviness in their legs by midday, while others stay comfortable. And a surprising tip at the end that many only learn after a health scare, but you won't have to wait for that. Make sure you stay until the very end, because the final insight is often the one people wish they'd known decades ago. And if you spot one thing in this video that surprises you, something you've never heard before, leave a quick comment. I genuinely love reading your insights and experiences. All right, let's begin. Understanding what circulation actually means for seniors. Here's something seniors rarely hear, but it matters after 60. When we talk about circulation, we're really talking about how well your blood moves through your body, especially back up from your legs to your heart. Think about it like this. Your heart pumps blood down to your feet fairly easily, thanks to gravity. But getting that blood back up, that's where your body needs a little help. And as we age, the tiny valves in our leg veins, the ones that keep blood flowing in the right direction, can become less efficient. This doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It's just a natural part of aging, like needing reading glasses or waking up earlier than you used to. But here's what most people don't realize. Your leg muscles act like a pump. When they move, they squeeze the veins and help push blood back up toward your heart. So when you sit still for long periods, watching TV, reading, or even just resting, that natural pump isn't working as much. And that's when you might notice swelling in your ankles by evening, a heavy, tired feeling in your calves, cold feet, even when the room feels warm, occasional tingling or numbness. Does this sound familiar? But the next part is where it gets interesting. The one thing most seniors do wrong. This is where most seniors get confused. When people start noticing circulation issues, the first thing they often think is, I need to walk more. And walking is wonderful. Truly, it's one of the best things you can do. But here's the problem. Not everyone can walk long distances anymore. Maybe your knees hurt. Maybe balance is a concern. Maybe you're recovering from something, or the weather makes it difficult to get outside. So what happens? Many seniors feel stuck. They think, if I can't walk, there's nothing I can do. But that's simply not true. There's a gentler, more accessible way to activate that leg muscle pump we just talked about, and you can do it sitting down. Almost no one explains this clearly, but it's something physical therapists have known for decades. And before I show you exactly what it is, let me explain why it works so well, because understanding the why makes it easier to stay consistent. Why sitting still affects your legs more after 55. After about age 50, a few things naturally change in your body. Your veins become slightly less elastic. Think of them like a garden hose that's been used for many years. Still functional, just not quite as springy. Your calf muscles, if they haven't been used regularly, can lose a bit of their strength. Not dramatically, but enough to make that natural pumping action less effective. And let's be honest, Many of us sit more as we get older. Whether it's at the computer, watching the news, reading, or just resting more throughout the day. Now, combine those three things: less elastic veins, weaker calf muscles, and more sitting time, and you can start to see why circulation becomes a common concern for seniors. But here's the encouraging part. Small, consistent movement can make a noticeable difference. You don't need to run. You don't need to do anything painful or exhausting. You just need to gently activate those calf muscles, even for a few minutes at a time, to help blood move back up your legs. And the simplest way to do that is through one specific movement that's been recommended by circulation specialists for years. If you're finding this helpful so far, a quick tap on the like button really does help other seniors discover this video, and I truly appreciate it. Now, let's talk about the movement itself. The movement that helps. Ankle pumps explained. All right, here it is. The movement is called an ankle pump, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You simply move your foot up and down, flexing and pointing, while you're sitting. That's it. Now, I know that might sound almost too simple, but let me explain why this small movement is so effective. When you pull your toes up toward your shin, you're contracting your calf muscle. When you point your toes down, you're releasing it. That contraction and release creates a gentle squeezing action on the veins in your lower leg, just like a pump. And that pumping action helps push blood back up toward your heart. It's the same principle as walking, but without putting weight on your joints, without needing balance, and without even standing up. You can do this while watching TV, while reading, while talking on the phone, while sitting at the table after breakfast. And here's something important. This isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it consistently, even if it's just for a minute or two, several times a day. Most seniors actually do the opposite of what's coming up next, so pay close attention. How to actually do ankle pumps correctly. Let me walk you through this step by step, nice and slow. First, sit comfortably in a chair. Your feet should be flat on the floor, or if your legs are shorter, rest them on a small stool or book. Now, keeping your heels on the ground, slowly lift your toes up toward the ceiling. You should feel a gentle stretch in the back of your calf. Hold that for just a second or two. Then, slowly press your toes back down toward the floor, like you're pressing a gas pedal. Hold that for a second or two, and then repeat. Up and down, nice and slow, nice and controlled. You're not trying to go fast. You're not trying to point as hard as you can. You're just creating gentle, rhythmic movement. Start with 10 repetitions. That takes maybe 30 seconds. Then rest. Then, if it feels comfortable, do another set of 10. If you can do this 3 or 4 times throughout the day, once in the morning, once at lunch, once in the evening, you're already doing something genuinely helpful for your circulation. Now, let me give you a few variations, because not everyone's body is the same. Variations for different mobility levels. If you have limited ankle movement, maybe from arthritis or past injuries, you can make this even gentler. Instead of trying to point and flex as far as you can, just move within a comfortable range. Even small movements help. If you're in a wheelchair or spend most of the day seated, this becomes even more important. You can do ankle pumps throughout the day, every hour or so, just to keep blood moving. If you have strong mobility and want to add a little more, you can lift your heels off the ground completely when you point your toes down, almost like you're tiptoeing while sitting. That adds a bit more muscle engagement. But remember, more isn't always better. Consistency is what matters. Another option, you can do both feet at the same time, or alternate, left foot, then right foot, whatever feels more natural to you. And here's a helpful tip many seniors appreciate. If you're watching a 30-minute TV show, do a set of ankle pumps during each commercial break, or set a gentle reminder on your phone to do them every couple of hours. Make it easy. Make it part of your routine. Because the real power isn't in one perfect session, it's in doing this regularly, day after day. Now, let me address something important that often confuses people. Why this isn't just about exercise. Some people hear ankle pumps and think, oh, this is just another exercise I'm supposed to do. But it's really not the same thing. This is more like maintenance, like brushing your teeth or drinking water throughout the day. It's not about getting stronger or burning calories or achieving some fitness goal. It's simply about keeping blood moving when you're sitting still. Think of it as giving your circulation a little nudge, a gentle reminder to keep flowing. And because it's so simple, It's something you can realistically do for the rest of your life, not something you try for a week and then forget about. Many seniors who start doing this tell me they notice a difference within just a few days. Not dramatic, but noticeable. Maybe their ankles don't swell as much by evening. Maybe their feet feel a bit warmer. Maybe that heavy, tired feeling in their legs improves slightly. And those small improvements? They add up. So if you try this, let me know how it feels. You can even share your age or city in the comments. I'd love to see how seniors from different places are experiencing this. But there's something else that supports circulation, and it's often overlooked. The role of hydration in circulation. Almost no one connects these two things, but staying hydrated actually helps your circulation. When you're dehydrated, even mildly, your blood becomes slightly thicker, and thicker blood moves more slowly through your veins. It's like trying to pour honey versus water. One flows easily, the other takes more effort. Now, I'm not saying you need to drink gallons of water, but sipping water throughout the day, rather than waiting until you feel thirsty, can genuinely support healthy blood flow. A simple guideline: try to drink a glass of water with each meal, and have water nearby when you're sitting and relaxing. And here's a gentle reminder. If you're taking medications, some of them can affect hydration levels. So it's always worth mentioning to your doctor if you're concerned about fluid intake. But in general, staying comfortably hydrated is one of those small things that supports your entire body, including your circulation. And speaking of small supportive habits, the next one might surprise you. If this video is already helping you understand your body a little better, tapping the like button and subscribing really does help other seniors discover this too. And I genuinely love reading your comments. Your experience and insights matter, not just to me, but to everyone watching. All right, let's keep going. Why elevating your legs matters. Here's something many seniors don't realize. When you elevate your legs, even just slightly, you're helping gravity do some of the work. If you've been sitting or standing for a while, and your legs feel heavy or swollen, try this. Sit back in your chair or on your couch, and prop your feet up on a stool, an ottoman, or even a stack of pillows. Your feet should be roughly at the same level as your hips, or slightly higher. Stay like that for 10 or 15 minutes. What's happening? Blood that's been pooling in your lower legs now has an easier path back to your heart. It's such a simple thing, but it can feel surprisingly relieving. And you can combine this with your ankle pumps. Elevate your legs, do a few sets of ankle pumps, and let your circulation reset a bit. Many seniors do this in the evening, after a long day, and it becomes a comforting part of their routine. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you even more. Compression socks, what you need to know. You may have heard about compression socks, and you might be wondering if there's something you should try. Here's the simple truth. Compression socks apply gentle pressure to your lower legs, which helps support your veins and encourages blood to flow back up toward your heart. They're not for everyone, and they're not a substitute for movement. But for some seniors, especially those who sit or stand for long periods, they can be genuinely helpful. If you're interested, here's what to know. Start with mild compression, usually labeled 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury. That's gentle and comfortable for most people. Put them on in the morning before any swelling happens. And make sure they fit properly. Too tight, and they're uncomfortable. Too loose, and they don't do much. You can find them at most pharmacies, and they come in different styles. Some look just like regular socks. Now, if you have certain health conditions, like diabetes, neuropathy, or peripheral artery disease, talk to your doctor before trying compression socks. They're generally safe, but it's always better to check. And remember, compression socks are a tool, not a cure. They work best when combined with movement, hydration, and the other habits we've been talking about. Speaking of which, there's one more daily habit that affects circulation more than most people realize. How sitting position affects blood flow. This one is subtle, but it matters. When you sit, do you cross your legs? Many of us do, without even thinking about it. But crossing your legs, especially for long periods, can actually compress the veins in your thighs and restrict blood flow to your lower legs. It's not dangerous, but it's not helpful either. A better habit: sit with both feet flat on the floor, or rest them on a low stool if your legs are shorter. If you do cross your legs, just be mindful of it. Uncross them every few minutes. Switch sides. Don't stay in one position for too long. The same goes for sitting with your legs tucked under you, or sitting on one foot. These positions can limit circulation without you realizing it. Small adjustments like this might seem minor, but over time, they add up. And they work even better when combined with what we're about to talk about next. Now, let me share something that often surprises people. There's a common myth about aging and circulation, and it goes like this. Once your circulation starts to decline, there's not much you can do about it. It's just part of getting older. But that's not entirely true. Yes, your veins and arteries change as you age. That's natural. But circulation isn't just about the condition of your blood vessels. It's also about how much you move, how you sit, how hydrated you are, and whether you're giving your body consistent, gentle support. In fact, many seniors experience noticeable improvements in circulation simply by adding small, regular movements like ankle pumps into their daily routine. Not because it reverses aging, nothing does that, but because it supports the body's natural ability to move blood efficiently. Think about it. If you have a small stream that's starting to slow down, you don't need to dam it up or reroute it. You just need to clear away the little obstacles and keep the water moving. That's what we're doing here. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? This is why small changes in daily life can feel so powerful. You're not fighting against your body. You're working with it. Has this changed how you think about your daily routine? Share your thoughts below. I read every comment, and I'd genuinely love to hear from you. Now, there's still one more insight I want to share, and it may surprise you more than anything else we've discussed today. So far, we've covered why circulation changes as you age and what's really happening in your legs. The simple ankle pump movement that helps support blood flow, even while sitting. How hydration, leg elevation, and sitting position all play a role, and why compression socks might be worth considering. But there's still one more important piece, something that ties everything together, and it's something most people only learn after they've had a health scare. But you won't have to wait for that. Stay with me. All right, here's the final insight. The most powerful thing you can do for your circulation isn't any one exercise or any one habit. It's consistency. I know that might not sound exciting, but hear me out. If you do ankle pumps once, it might feel nice in the moment, but it won't change much. If you do them once a day for a week, you might notice a small improvement. But if you do them 3 or 4 times a day, every single day, for weeks and months, that's when you start to see real, lasting benefits. Because your body responds to patterns. It adapts to what you do regularly. And the beautiful thing about ankle pumps is that they're so simple, so gentle, and so quick that there's no reason not to do them. You don't need to set aside time. You don't need special equipment. You don't need to change clothes or leave the house. You just need to remember. So here's my suggestion. Pick 3 times during your day, maybe morning coffee, after lunch, and before bed, and commit to doing ankle pumps during those times. Set a reminder if you need to. Write it on a sticky note, whatever helps you remember, and then just do it. Every day, even when it feels like it's not doing much. Because over time, it absolutely will. I'd love to hear if you try this. Let me know in the comments what changes you notice, even if they're small. Your experience might encourage someone else. No matter your age, whether you're 55, 70, 85, or anywhere in between, your body still has the ability to respond, to adapt, and to improve. You just have to give it consistent, gentle support. Progress doesn't come from doing everything perfectly or from doing everything at once. It comes from small steps, repeated over time. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with your body. And remember, improvement is always possible, even in the smallest ways. You deserve to feel comfortable in your own body. And you deserve to have tools that actually work without requiring heroic effort. So start today. Start with your very next sitting session. Just a few ankle pumps and see how it feels. You've got this. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I'd truly appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. I share simple, senior-friendly health tips like this regularly. Nothing complicated, not overwhelming. Just practical, gentle guidance for real life. And if you'd like, tell me in the comments, which part of today's video stood out the most to you? Or share one small change you're going to try tomorrow. I read every single comment, and your insights help me create better content for seniors like you. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.